Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. WildMax1 here bringing another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we're going to be doing a damage comparison between the latest fusion, Tholin Foulbeard, and last year's Hydra Slayer fusion, Thor Feyhammer. In a recent video, I did a full auto viewer requested Hydra team in which we were able to get just over 500 million damage. Now, after picking up Tholin's 5-star soul from the recent Titan event, we can finally do a good damage comparison between these two champs and see how they stack up as Hydra damage dealers. So in today's video, we're going to be going over the team briefly and explaining that. We'll be going over the results of the damage comparison, and finally, we'll be showing you all the builds for the team at the end. So with that, let's get into it. Now, in terms of their kit, their visuals, and their primary roles or areas of strength, Tholin and Thor have a lot of similarities. So for Thor, he's obviously a hammer wielder. He's got his tattoos. He's got his reddish hair. He's got a beard with braids in it and some beard beads or clasps or whatever you want to call it. He's got an AoE-centric kit, self-buffing A3. His primary area of strength is in Hydra. And then for Tholin, we've got very similar in terms of the visuals. We also have a red braided beard with clasps or beads in it. We've got hammer wielder right here, also sporting the tattoos. We've got another self-buffing A3 AoE-centric kit, and also touted as an amazing Hydra damage dealer. So just also, both their names start with THO. If I missed any of the comparisons, let me know down in the comments below if you find anything else. But just in terms of those three aspects, very similar champions, both fusions. So it's definitely going to be a curiosity for a lot of players, myself included, to know how they can stack up in Hydra specifically. For the team that we're going to be using in today's damage comparison, we're going to have either Tholin or Thor in the lead, featuring that 30% increased ally attack in all battles aura. We have Lamasu there as our block buffs champion, and also hopefully to reset the skills of our lead champ, so in this case Tholin or Thor. We have Elva there as our reviver and cleanser, Lydia there to provide all the necessary damage buffs, Bivald as our provoker, also sitting in a cursed set, so he's going to be applying Hex, and Marius as our secondary damage dealer. Now the only difference between this team, between this video and the previous showcase, is that my Marius was able to get 4-star, which obviously increases his crit damage, and I got a better gem on him, so he's going to be doing significantly more damage. But other than that, the team is going to remain the same for both champions as we're going to be testing these runs. So if you're looking at this team and wondering why I built it the way that I did, I am going to link my Hydra guide in the description of the video as well as at the end so that you can check out the priority elements that I value for bringing to the Hydra in order to succeed. Now, this specific composition lends itself really well to full auto just because most of the priority buffs and everything else that I have on here are all AoE. So I don't have to worry about single target clicking for a provoke or anything like that. We have AoE provoke with Bivald. We have AoE damage with Marius, Tholin, and Thor. We have AoE debuffs with Lydia and AoE block buffs with Lamasu. Other controlled variables that we're going to be using during this damage comparison is that we're only going to be doing 5 total runs for each champion. So 2 quick battle and 3 full auto. Unfortunately, we're only given 5 total quick battles for each Hydra rotation. Otherwise, I would be happy to do more. They're both going to be taking place on Brutal Hydra. Both Tholin and Thor are 5-star awakened. They're both going to be using the Nature's Wrath Blessing. Both of them are going to have a 3-star +9 Arethi Coronet Relic with the same gems. And they're both going to be using the same exact artifact set, 6-piece Merciless. Now, the only variables that I couldn't control are obviously their affinity, their base stats. So the affinity is going to matter for this specific Hydra rotation, obviously, but there's only so much you can do. And then also their accessories are slightly different, but we're going to put up in just a moment both of their total stats just to compare, and they're actually quite similar. And the one other variable that I did forget to mention is the Masteries. Tholin and Thor will have the exact same Masteries for this damage test. Looking now at their side-by-side total stat comparison, that is with Hydra bonuses included. Thor with virtually the exact same stats as Tholin. The only category where there is a significant difference is in attack. We have almost a 400 or around a 350 attack favor for Tholin. Now, some of that is because of just much higher base attack for Tholin, so he just gets more out of it. But I think he does have a little bit more in his substats on his accessories. But other than that, virtually the same. Speed, crit damage, defensive stats, it should all be the same going forward for the damage comparison. Okay, here we go in Brutal Hydra with our first quick battle for Thor. We've already done our 3 full auto runs. We have those recorded. So now let's see how this one stacks up to it all. Let's hope it goes to 1,000 turns as the other ones managed to. And then we will start working on Tholin. Look good. Looking good. Okay. 452.94 million. We have Thor doing the most damage, which was the plan all along. Marius there with the secondary, and Bivald coming up in the third with his, most likely because of the hex damage. Good result for the first quick battle. Okay, here we go with number 2 for Thor. Getting right into it. So during the last rotation, Thor did about 50 million more damage. There is some variance between the runs, clearly. I'm thinking that this might have something to do with the specific rotation that we're running this time compared to the last one, where he was able to do just over 500 million. Never mind. Here we go. 525 million on the second attempt. Thor with 251 million damage, just over half of that. So for whatever reason, in the full auto runs and in the previous run, he wasn't able to break 500 million, but in this run, no problem. Obviously, there's some random numbers, some RNG factored in here, but great run. And with that, let's get into Tholin's quick battles, starting with the first one right now. Hopefully, again, this goes to 1,000 turns. So far, all the full auto runs have managed to do that. So let's just trust in the team here and see what kind of damage we get for Mr. Foulbeard. Almost there. Sure enough. Okay, 428.96 million damage total for the first run. Pretty low for what the full auto ones are. I think the lowest one that I've had so far was 440, but not a bad result. So let's roll with that. Okay, here we go with quick battle number 2 and the final one for Tholin Foulbeard. So once again, hoping for that 1,000 turn limit to be reached. Pretty sure we'll be able to. We have not had a single run fail thus far on either Thor or Tholin. 502.56 million damage. There we go. That is a very solid result. 244 million damage coming in from Tholin. Virtually right in that same range as Thor. So similar in terms of the damage these two are able to do. We're going to do a quick recording of that, and then I'm going to show you the visual for the total damage runs for all of them, for the full auto as well as the quick battle, and then an average for both. So now with all the runs concluded and all the averages total, let's take a look at the final sheet. For Tholin, across all 4 auto and quick battle runs, the average is 467.6 million. For Thor, we have 483.7 million. That's a difference of about 16 million, and that constitutes only about 4% or less than 4% total difference between their 2 damage averages. Honestly, this one really surprised me. I thought for sure that Thor was going to pull significantly further ahead. Even when they were in similar stats, I really thought Thor had this one. Could be biased because I've had Thor for longer, and I've been using him in Hydra for longer. But now with the 5-star awakening on Tholin, I can really see how similar these 2 champs are in terms of their performance. So for whatever reason, you ended up missing out on the Thor fusion and you have FOMO. If you have a Tholin on your account, don't worry about it because you can see he's going to carry you pretty much just as well as Thor in Hydra. For the individual builds, starting with one of the 2 stars of the video, Thor Feyhammer, you already know 6-piece Merciless is the set that we're using. For the individual pieces, we have an attack-based ring, crit damage with crit damage ascension on the amulet, and attack on the banner. For the shared pieces between Thor and Tholin, we have crit damage ascension on the gloves, we have attack with attack percentage on the chest, and we have speed with speed on the boots. This could easily also be attack with attack percentage. If it were up to me, I would probably go for that just because I already have way too much speed for Brutal Hydra as it is, but unfortunately I don't have any good attack percentage boots, so there it is. For total stats for Thor with the Hydra bonuses, we have them right here. Looking now at our Relic, we have the Erethi Coronet with the following gems. For Blessing, 5-star Nature's Wrath. And finally, looking at the Masteries, there you go. Now, these masteries are not typically what I run on Thor. I usually do end up going secondary in the support tree. These work just fine for this content. If I were to go for anything more difficult, like if I were to say bring him into Chimera or something like that, I would definitely need more accuracy because there's no current area bonuses for Chimera. But for Brutal Hydra, this actually works really well. And if you're looking for a more in-depth guide on how to build Thor or different variants on how to build Thor, please do check out my Thor champion guide on the channel. For the second star of the video, Tholin Foulbeard, we have the exact same 6-piece Merciless, the exact same 6 pieces on him. So I'm not going to repeat those. We just saw those on Thor. Stone Skin, we do have a 2-piece on him. Those are just from the accessories. And looking now at the accessories, we have a ring with slightly better attack percent stats right here than Thor had, which again could account for that difference in their attack. Crit damage ascension there, and attack with attack percent in the banner, and the exact same pieces that we saw on Thor for our artifacts. Total stats with Hydra battle bonuses. We already saw these in the video, but once more, just for your reference. For the Relic, Rethi Coronet, +9, 3-star, with the same exact gemstones as for Thor, and then for Blessing, 5-star Nature's Wrath, Masteries, no surprises there. And just like with Thor, if you're looking for a champion guide for Tholin Foulbeard, I do have one on my channel. I encourage you to check that out. For my Elva Autumnborn, we have her in 9-piece protection, mostly HP stats, pretty much anywhere where we can get them in the accessories or on the gauntlets, as well as the chest plate, and then speed on the boots. Want to make her as fast, as tanky as possible in that 9-piece protection. For total stats, we're with the Hydra battle bonuses. We're looking at right there. For her Relic, nothing major. Epic, Demonic Effigy, just to get more turn meter if anyone dies. She's there as our only reviver. For her Blessing, we have a 5-star Intimidating Presence. And then for her Masteries, we have those as follows. If you're looking for an Elva guide, I do have one on my channel. I encourage you to check it out. Next champion up from the composition is Bivald of the Thorn, our most budget build of the entire composition. So all I really needed from Bivald was the Provoke and the Cursed. So Bivald is built in a 4-piece Cursed set with secondary for Perception. He's got accuracy on the banner, crit damage on the amulet, HP on the ring, crit rate on the gloves, HP on the chest, and speed on the boots. I really was just trying to make sure he was fast enough, didn't fall over because he was squishy, and that he was accurate enough to land everything he needed to land. For his total stats with Hydra battle bonuses, you have those right there. For the Relic, he doesn't even use one. He didn't need one. All he needed to do was Provoke and Curse, and he did that admirably with no Relic. For Blessing, he is my highest and my only cruelty user. Or my highest cruelty user here with a 5-star cruelty awakening. So bringing that also to the composition with all of his AoE abilities, decreasing that defense. And finally, for his Masteries, you have them right here. Now, I don't have a guide on Bivald, but if you're looking for one, let me know down in the comments below, and I will add him to the list. Next champion up, we have a Thoratrix Lamasu, my block buffs champion. So she is built in a 4-piece reflex with some supporting pieces for more accuracy with perception and 1 piece of feral in the accessories. We have her with a defensive ring, could also be HP, HP on the amulet, accuracy on the banner. We have HP with defense on the gloves. We have HP with defense on the chest, and speed with speed on the boots. For total stats on Lamasu with Hydra bonuses, we have right there. For her Relic, Journal of Necrotos, just to give extra turn meter boost to whoever she's going to be targeting with her reset. Then we have her also built with Cruelty, but again, my Bivald is higher. And then for Masteries, as follows. Now, I do have Lamasu in my list for champ guides, which is not currently out yet as of the filming of this video. Let me know down in the comments below if you want me to expedite that. My Lydia is built in 9-piece feral. We, for the individual pieces, have defense on the ring, defense on the amulet, HP on the banner, HP percent on the gloves, accuracy on the chest, and speed with speed on the boots. To get that 9-piece feral bonus, I wouldn't hesitate to take suboptimal stats like an attack ring or an attack amulet, for example, just to make sure that I was getting that really nice 9-piece bonus. For her total stats with the Hydra battle area bonuses, there you have them. For Relic, I have her with a Molten Death Bell. For her Blessing, I have her in Cruelty. And then for her Masteries, I have as follows. I do have a Lydia guide out on the channel. If you are interested in that, please do check it out. For my secondary damage dealer on the composition, we have Marius the Gallant. I have him built in 4-piece lethal and 1-turn stone skin. He's optimized for the arena. For individual stats on the pieces, defense with defense on the ring, crit damage with crit damage ascension on the amulet, accuracy with defense on the banner, crit damage with crit damage on the gloves, chest plate, defense percentage, and speed with speed on the boots. For total stats with Hydra area bonuses, we are looking at those right there. For my Relic, he has a Cat's Gaze. For Blessing, Soul Reap. And for my Masteries, they are as follows. I also have a Marius guide out on the channel, so if you'd like to know why I haven't built the way I do, please do check that out. And there you have it, everybody, the Tholin versus Thor Hydra full auto damage comparison. If you liked today's video, please consider liking and subscribing for more content like this in the future. Let me know down in the comments below if there's any other showcases or guides that you would like to see on the channel. Thank you for watching today's video. Thank you for your time. Have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one.